There were more than 1 million bighorn sheep in the American West in 1800. By 1950, there were only 25,000, a 97.5% decrease. A deadly pathogen called Mycoplasma pneumoniae was transferred from domestic sheep and goats to bighorns. To domestics, it's like the common cold, but to wild sheep, it's like the plague. Hunter conservationists rallied to save the bighorns, and now there are around 80,000 in the lower 48. But disease is still an issue, and in some areas like Texas, it has devastated recovered herds due to contact with free-ranging exotics. Jack O'Connor was a legendary figure in outdoor writing, a name synonymous with adventure and the rugged beauty of the wild. For decades, he captured the spirit of sheep hunting like no other, his words painting vivid images of remote mountains and the elusive bighorn sheep that roamed them. His work, especially his love for sheep hunting, inspired generations to seek the solitude and challenge of the high country. For me, the fascination with wild sheep began by reading magazines like O'Connor Sports Afield, Field and Stream, and Outdoor Life. As I made a commitment to use my media platforms to raise awareness of wild sheep and the problems they face, a quest arose. Is there anything out there that can inspire the kids of today to fall in love with wild sheep and steer them toward conservation? This journey eventually led me to connect with the National Bighorn Sheep Center in Dubois, Wyoming, where I met Amanda Verhill, a passionate advocate for wild sheep, wildlife, and wild grounds.
When we were first established, we had the largest herd of Rocky Mountain Bighorn in North America. At that time, we had over 2,000 sheep in our single herd. Since that time, we've experienced a die-off due to Mycoplasma pneumoniae, and we have lost 90% of our herd, unfortunately. So it is a really difficult situation, but our lamb recruitment this year is up higher than any other year, so we're hoping that we're at the bottom and we're headed back up with our sheep population.
The center is open to the public and offers an incredible glimpse of bighorns and other wild sheep from around the world, as well as other wildlife of the American West.
We have our Big Four right here from North America, which is a taxidermy collection that's absolutely incredible. On our back wall, we have the Carlsberg edition. It is a worldwide super slam. We really like to talk about the human impact that we have with wildlife. And it is really important with our bighorn sheep right now, too, to make sure that as people are viewing the bighorn sheep during the rut, there's a lot going on. It's really exciting. We have a lot of photographers around, but sometimes the sheep get pushed. And we really want to stay and observe and just, watch what's going on and really encourage people to not push those sheep. It's a really critical time for the sheep, and it's extremely important to kind of leave them be and let them rest. So.
Outreach also goes online with chats that deal with different aspects of wild sheep education and conservation.
We are now on our 7th year of Camp Bighorn. This program started off with about 15 youth, ages 9 through 12, where we take them up to the conservation camp, which is out Whiskey Mountain, out Torrey Valley. We're now taking 31 kids from 9 different states from all over the country to this camp. It's absolutely incredible. Its impact is huge. The conservation education that these kids learn, they learn bighorn biology. We go on hiking, backpacks 101. I mean, a lot of these kids are inner city kids that have maybe never even seen the stars. So the impact to go out to camp, to see the stars, to have this outdoor education experience for one whole week is just something they won't forget. By the end of it, these kids are working together. They're making stick bows. They're making wildlife shelters out in the wilderness. They're kayaking and canoeing down the creek, fishing with each other. I mean, it's something that they love. They absolutely love, and they'll take these skills with them for the rest of their lives.
Both Camp Bighorn and the National Bighorn Sheep Center are not only places for young people to learn in fun fashion, They're a potential launching pad for careers based in conservation for those so inclined to follow that path.
Some of these kids take with them the skills. For instance, taxidermy. There was an impact this year with a kid that learned some taxidermy skills from Kim Lutz. She's our taxidermist. We actually have a albino bighorn here at the center that Kim Lutz did as a taxidermist. She had a major impact on the kids this year with taxidermy. We've got 2 kids actually that are now signed up to go into the taxidermy industry, and to have a female taxidermist is just absolutely incredible. And Kim is really great at what she does. We also had a kid last year that was very impacted by Chester Moore. Chester Moore was our professional speaker that was brought in. She learned a lot about photography and journalism in the outdoors, and that has changed actually her career path for the rest of her life. So she started a bee program back in Pennsylvania that was extremely impactful and just really incredible to see her taken to the next level.
But there was more to the center than just education. There is heart. I reached out to Amanda to find kids facing special challenges in the Dubois, Wyoming area that might want to join our team doing wildlife photography while in Yellowstone. And she connected us with 4 awesome kids. We got to spend time with them in the wild and seeing their smiling faces as they took photos of bison, pronghorns, and other wildlife was inspiring. I could see a genuine love for wildlife and an enthusiasm that was truly special. While exploring the Lamar Valley with my new friend Andy, we saw 2 bighorn ewes walking down a hill. I thought for a moment about O'Connor's epic quote about bighorns and their habitat. And then Andy blurted out, "Bighorns are awesome." At that moment, I realized that not only was there a special place in the National Bighorn Sheep Center that has created an incredible vehicle for inspiring sheep conservation, but there were young people who get wildlife and want to ensure it is around for generations to come. They just need some mentorship and opportunities to see bighorns and other wildlife in person. I came here searching for inspiration, and what I found was a community dedicated to making a difference, to ensuring that the story of the bighorn sheep doesn't end in tragedy, but continues to be one of resilience and hope. Because in the end, the story of the bighorn sheep is not just about the past or even the present, it's about the future. It's about what we choose to do now on behalf of these great animals to conserve their habitats and to inspire the next generation to carry the torch of conservation forward. For the wild places and the wild things that call them home, the journey continues.